The prisoner was breaking. Sweat traced rivers down his face, his eyes darting for mercy I didn't offer. Then my phone buzzed. The principal's voice cracked through the line. "Your son has a broken arm and 2 cracked ribs." Static roared in my head. I heard him, my boy, crying in the background. His words were thin, jagged, raw. A rich kid's father held me down. He said, "This is what happens when poor kids don't know their place." The interrogator in me froze. The father woke. My handler's hand closed around the phone, his voice a razor. "The target can wait. The jet is fueled. Go." I left the man in chains. My real war had just begun. Hospitals smell like truth. It clings to the air, sterilized, unforgiving. I walked in silent, every step measured, but inside, every muscle screamed. My son's small body lay wrapped in plaster and bruises. His eyes lit when he saw me, then dimmed again under the weight of shame. I brushed his hair back. He winced. "Who?" My voice was flat. He looked away. The answer had already been whispered. A wealthy father, power, entitlement. The same man who smiled at the school fundraiser, hand on his son's shoulder, as if owning the room wasn't enough. He had to own the people inside it too. My wife stood in the corner, trembling. She tried to reach for me. I didn't move. "Don't," I said. Too sharp, too final. Her silence cut deeper than words. She knew something. And I knew, by the way she didn't meet my eyes, that betrayal lived closer than the hospital bed I didn't explode. Rage is useless when it burns openly. I buried mine under precision. I started with the phone. Call logs, deleted texts, the fragments of conversations no one expects to resurface. Patterns formed. His number, her number, too many times, too many nights. At the house, I opened drawers she thought I never touched. Jewelry that wasn't mine to give. Receipts for dinners in places I'd never been. My son's voice echoed. A rich kid's father. It wasn't just cruelty, it was personal. DNA was next. My son's hair, a toothbrush. Silent tests run in labs that don't ask questions. At work, I interrogated men who had murdered, lied, and hidden entire lives. At home, I was interrogating my own life. The same silence, the same fear, the same stench of truth trying to stay buried. The results came back in a sealed envelope. I didn't open it right away. I let it breathe on my desk for 3 nights. I studied it like an enemy, waiting for the right strike. Because once I opened it, there would be no going back. The paper was thin. The truth was not. The DNA confirmed what my gut had whispered in the hospital room. My son wasn't mine. I read it twice, then set it down like a weapon I didn't need to hold anymore. The pieces locked into place. The stares at school events. The strange protectiveness of that rich man toward a boy who wasn't his. The way my wife had grown quieter in recent years. I walked into the kitchen. She was there, pretending to read. I slid the envelope onto the table. "Open it," I said. She did. Her hands shook. Her face cracked, tears threatening to drown her before a word left her lips. I stayed still, cold, composed. She whispered, "I'm sorry." But sorry wasn't a language I spoke anymore. The next day was the fundraiser. Perfect stage, perfect crowd. I approached him, the man who broke my son's bones and laughed about place and poverty. His hand reached for mine. I gave him the envelope instead. He opened it. His smile died. He looked at me, then at my wife across the room. The math wrote itself on his face. His son wasn't just a bully. He was my wife's son, too. His. I leaned in, quiet, deadly. Your blood, your shame, on display. The room watched him crumble without knowing why. His wife noticed first, confusion spreading like rot. My wife's face went white, her secret bleeding into the open air. I didn't shout. I didn't strike. I only walked away, leaving their lives to collapse under the weight of what I'd revealed. That was enough. Later, I sat by my son's bed. He was asleep, small breaths breaking the silence. He would never know the storm that birthed him, the lies that scarred him before fists did. I touched his hand gently. He stirred, but didn't wake. I promised him nothing aloud, but the vow etched itself into me. I would be his father, not by blood, but by choice. As for her, she was already gone. Whether she stayed in the house or not didn't matter. Betrayal lives in absence, and hers had been years in the making. I closed the door softly behind me. Some truths don't set you free. They chain you tighter. But I had learned to live with chains, and I had learned how to break them. She lost me in silence, and he lost everything in the truth.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.